Hey everyone, my name is Kayla Morton. I'm the sports editor at the East Carolinian. Welcome to the fall version of TECSperts for East Carolina's football team. This is Aaron Jackson. He's the football editor for the East Carolinian and a beat writer for football. This is Tyler Gavin, and he is the other football beat writer this semester.
Good day today. My name is Aaron Jackson and I'm filling in for Kayla Morton for TECSperts today. She's out due to an emergency family meeting, and today we have soccer beat writer Robert Romero with us today. And we're going to talk about the basics of what happened in the last game against USF and about the game to come against Temple. So this past weekend, ECU lost to USF 61-31. USF definitely tormented the Pirates in the first half and the second half. But what did you see in the second half from the Pirates offense?
The game, of course, just got out of hand again from East Carolina. 2-3 games in a row now that the second half just gets way out of hand and blows the score open.
Yeah, it's pretty much like what you said. They did their best trying to keep up with putting pressure on UCF's defense for the first. They got down the field quite a few times, and then they seemed to start the second half okay with the touchdown, but then things just got out of control.
So obviously, Cirque had an overall good game, but the team was not able to hold it together. In the first half, what did you see from that offense?
There's been a lot of growth so far from where they started the season, obviously with Gardner Minshew starting all the way back on James Madison. But now Thomas Cirque, they're really starting to build an offense around him with the quick passes to Davon Grayson. Just look for Jimmy Williams to hopefully eventually get involved, and maybe that East Carolina offense can score enough points to win a game.
Well, Cirque's passing ability definitely gives ECU a really good offensive weapon, because knowing how their running game has struggled against the previous opponents. It's good to have a player that can really make plays for you for passing and rushing the ball.
Now, do you think Montgomery should be worried that Cirque might get injured in these next few games to come running the ball a lot?
No, he's a big-bodied guy. Thomas is built with a huge base, and he's been running the ball since he was back at Duke. So it was obviously really productive against one of the best defenses that East Carolina is going to see. I don't think any defenses should really give him too much of a threat for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's obviously a concern when you're relying your whole rushing game on the quarterback, because you obviously want to give, because not just an injury worry, it's about fatigue-wise, having to rely on one guy to be a focus on your whole offense. But I definitely think he's capable to handle it.
And it was evident after the game how important it is for Thomas to replenish. He talked a lot about it in his post-game interviews.
And with ECU rushing offense, do you expect Cirque to lead rushing again this week?
No, I think there will definitely be more of an asserted effort for him to rush the ball, but I don't think he'll rush for as many yards as he did last week or as many times.
Yeah, and now what about the defense? What did you see that was good, and what did you see that was bad from the ECU defense against UConn?
It's hard to say what they did good. I mean, they did put pressure on the first half, and they got to Flowers a little bit, but overall they were unable to stop the running game. I mean, they gave up 400 yards total in the entire game, and they just really couldn't do anything to stop that.
Excuse me, I'm at USF, my bad.
USF.
Yeah, it's just same old problems. No stopping the run game, and then the defensive backs get lulled to sleep and then get burnt for big plays.
And what did you see from the linebacker corps? Did they do a good job tackling the running backs in that game?
Jordan Williams is obviously always a key player in the game. You always see number 7 around the ball. It's a huge stress on him because the defensive line isn't getting the pressure on the quarterbacks like they need to, and they only have the 2 linebackers now in this 4-2-5 system.
Will ECU be able to sustain 4 quarters of play this week against Temple?
Hope so. I think they will pull off this game. I think they will lose steam again, as they've been known to do down the stretch. But hopefully the win at UConn will give them enough to go down the stretch and have that energy.
Yeah, I see a repeat of the game against UConn. I think ECU has done a good job of getting off the good starts in the first half, and they'll probably struggle again in the second half, but I think this will be another game that they'll pull off.
So not many people on the Temple team surprises me, or I guess any of y'all, but should the Pirates be worried about anybody on their team?
Their offense is in a rebuilding stage. They have a new coach, and they lost their all-time leading passer in P.J. Walker and their running back from last year. Their offense has been struggling so far, not putting up many touchdowns, but they've played a lot of tough opponents too.
Well, I think when they're in a rebuilding team like that, a team like Temple always comes out hungry, no matter what talent they have around them. So I think it's very important for ECU to not lay off and take them seriously, as like they did as UCF or Virginia Tech or any of those top teams.
And one fact, throughout the 5 games, Temple has only averaged 16.2 points per game, while ECU's given up 50 points. So we may see a different offense from both teams and a different defense from both teams. What prediction do you have this week?
I predict ECU will take this game 38-27 because of what I've said. I think they will take the momentum of what they did the first game. They lose by 30. They did put on a good show in the first half against the top-ranked team and the top-ranked defense. So I think with that, they're going to come off with a good start and they're going to get a good enough lead to hold on to Temple.
I think it's going to be another hot start for ECU too. I have them winning 30-24. Hopefully they'll pull this one out. If Jimmy Williams can get involved and Hussein Howe can get involved in the rushing game, I expect the Pirates to be a lot more dangerous against a pretty weak Temple defense. They've played a lot of really good defenses recently, but that stretch is over now. And I think East Carolina now is starting to build this offense to where they can put up enough points to win games if the defense can keep them in it.
And our amazing sports writer, Kayla, or sports editor, Kayla, she had ECU winning 38-34 due to Cirque catching rhythm with the offense and the intensity of being home for this game right before fall break. They might have a better outcome. With me, I had Temple winning 33-26, and I think this will be because Logan Markey, Temple's quarterback, will just pick apart ECU's secondary, and it doesn't get good at the end of the games, and that's how it is.
Putting your perfect record on the line for that one?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for me to eat, but it's going to have to happen. ECU might come in this underdog, but that's all from us for TECSperts today. ECU faces Temple October 7th, Saturday at noon at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium for the 3rd conference game of the season. Thank you very much.